Hey guys, so just going to do a quick track guide here. Long Beach with the Honda for tonight. Most of the lap times probably 26 flat, 25 eights, probably the upper end of what I'll be able to do. 28C pretty much is set there the whole time. But yeah, we'll just kind of get right into it. Yeah, I filled up with 18 liters, and this is 2 laps left of fuel. So first thing first, you're gonna be, hugging the right wall, coming into the braking zone here. Here's probably, to me, the trickiest turn on the track. So what I'm looking at, we'll go into the cockpit view. I'm just watching this 400 meter mark. It's not quite at the 400 where you brake. It's honestly closer to the 500. But my eyes are looking at this 400 and just kind of using where it's at. Using my peripheral and a couple other things. Generally where I brake. I mean, if you wanted a hard line, pretty much this white line would be a fine enough place to brake. It'd be a little early, but the braking late here doesn't save you as much time as getting the car in the right position later down. So anyway, I'm braking at like the 475 mark. You can get this far over the line, pretty much the center of the car over this red line. I think if you get center of the car over this yellow line, you'll get in trouble. But anyhow, so you're full on the brake pedal. It's a straight braking zone. Trying to hang it out as wide as you can. I don't like to turn in earlier than where this T is. So my turn-in point where I want the car is the middle hash after between all the crosswalks and things like that. So that's my turn-in point. That's kind of where I want the car to be, and that's when I want to be pointed towards the turn. So here, right when you start turning, so I start feeding wheel and off the brake pedal. And then here's where you want to use a lot of the differential for the TCR. Pretty much all the cars is get on the throttle, this 15 to 20%. I guess that's more like 33, but whatever. Probably 15 to 33%. I want to give myself a broader range. Just get on the throttle a little bit, but not enough to induce understeer. So the goal here is to help rotation by putting drive on the front tires, but not so much that you get wheel slip and then you start to understeer. So it's a really fine balance, but this is a particular turn where that type of mechanic can gain a lot of time. So it's really important to get that pre-throttle apex, especially in this turn, because the way that the turn kind of cheats away from you, it puts you in a really tough spot. So here you can actually grab a good bit of curb. Personally, I would rather be 2 feet to the right. Maybe the outside of my tires where the inside of the tire is. Just because it does bump a little bit, and you have to wait a little bit longer to get on the throttle. So you can take the curb, you cannot take the curb. It's really here or there. And then from here on out, what you want to do is spot the exit, which is right here. So once you have throttle in the car, the second you get around this, you're looking for your exit. So that way you can kind of tell when you can get back to full throttle. So you can see I'm still, my throttle has stayed the same this whole time. I increase it a little bit, I wait, and then I go when I know I'm clear. So I could have cheated that just a little bit more, but it is what it is. So then here, you want to brake in a straight line, pretty straightforward. Get as far to the left as you can. So you want to get your heavy braking in. You can actually turn the wheel to the left to open up this a little bit, but down to first gear. And then here's another one where you want to get a lot of pre-throttle, mid-corner throttle. And just on throttle, keep your main goal is to not induce understeer. Because here you'll hit the wall, it's just not good. So just don't induce too much understeer. a little bit of throttle, away you go. Here, stay in second gear. Braking point is really just kind of, I don't really know. It just feels right wherever I'm at. So if you wanted to pick something you could use when this sign on the left ends, you know, the second that ends, that's your braking point. But I'm already looking way over here. Here is actually kind of a stab of the brake to get the front end down, and then off the brake pedal as soon as you can. There's a lot of grip around this turn. And if you notice again, that 15 to 20% of throttle through the mid corner. And then when I'm good to go, then I get on the gas pedal. So I really can't stress how important it is for pace to get that 15 to 33% throttle down pre-apex and until the car is settled on the exit. Now, not settled in a rear-wheel drive sense, more settled in a front-wheel drive sense, to where the wheel isn't light, the wheel's nice and heavy. You never want the wheel light in these cars. So just, you know, maintenance throttle through the middle of the corner makes a really big difference. Then here up to third, for you could leave it second, you could go to third. It doesn't really matter at all. It's just my habit. So here, turn-in point is the, you know, go straight or turn left arrow. So here is same exact thing. It's a very similar turn, just with a bump. These two turns I treat in a very similar way. Just this one, you cut the center. You cut that a lot, and this is not a slowdown. I don't know why it's not a slowdown, but I'm not gonna complain. Then it's off camera, so the track's is gonna cheat you away. This turn sucks because the wall right here just dips out and then away it goes. So what I always try and do is brake in a straight line in line with this wall. So where that wall right here, that's the trajectory I want the car to take. And you just want to, you know, it's another 90-degree turn, so you're going to be braking a straight line, letting off the brake a little bit, and then when you turn in, you know, probably that mid-entry, you know, yeah, mid-entry, 15 to 33% throttle. Just try it. It doesn't make sense, but just try it, and it'll pull the car right around the corner. So again, here I'm gonna be at the 67 to 75% throttle all the way out there. So it's just really long time because this is off cambered and it doesn't turn very well. So here, just get as close to the walls. You do not want to be any wider than here because it just understeers terrible. So that's the importance of the maintenance throttle here. This turn, you're braking at the 200, or kind of turning in around the 200 mark. The 100 mark, not the 200 mark. You brake at the 250, get as close to the wall as you can, and again, see how early I'm on the throttle? Like, I'm on throttle accelerating. Not necessarily accelerating, but just maintaining the speed and providing positive traction on the front tires. And it just, like I said, I can't stress enough how important that is for the pace in these cars, is that pre-throttle maintenance throttle. And, you know, cheat that out, away we go. This turn kind of sucks. I really don't like it. You can brake at the 300, you can brake at the 325 or so, just kind of wherever. But again, here, you want to try and be as wide as you can. Turn in, cut this curb. This is not a dry. You can't get a slowdown if you're like way inside, but I've only gotten it like twice. I could probably find a lap that you get through it. But keep your left tires right on the curbing. You know, get on the throttle. Don't induce understeer. Now here I go up to third and then just kind of send it in here. So I don't brake too hard. I just use it to get rotation. So if you notice the brake pedal is just rotation. Then back on throttle, get it close to this, just kind of hang your left tire on these, and then your braking point is just kind of wherever. It really depends on how quick you're going through here. So third down to second, and then just trying. Basically, the goal here is to go as fast as you can, whilst being able to keep your car positioned here for the turn. So that's really the goal here, is to position your car there. Go as fast as you can. Don't just coast through. Oh, excuse me. Don't just coast around the turn. You know, push it a little bit. Um, Push it until you can't keep your car here, and then taper it back a little. Here is just down to first gear, full steering lock. Um, that's pretty much it. And then pit. What did I do a pit? Do. Oh, I didn't. Maybe this is one. No. Whatever. There's no pit. So I'll just go on for a lap. And there we go. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys racing tonight.